Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
You're now tapped in to the coolest reptile podcast of the world. Trap Talk presents Nobody's Safe Session with your boy MJ and Chris Eaton. What is good, player?
What's up, my friend? What are you doing? All right, fucking starting it up already, huh? Fucking gonna call you Panama Red for the rest of the fucking show.
What up, bro? How are you?
I'm living the dream, man. You know how it is. It's fucking, it doesn't get any better than all of this, right?
I told you, as soon as sound check happened, I was so happy that it was game time. I'm ready for this shit. I'm telling you right now.
No, I'm ready to bitch a little too, so I hear you. Right.
I got my body bags ready. How you living though? Before we get into things, how you been for the last month? I know we're doing this once a month, so I'm sure a lot of things have happened, or maybe not. But what's good? How you been the last few weeks?
No, I've been good, man. Just plugging away. I got my frogs, fucking from Spencer over at the Tree Frog Collective.
How's that?
They're the dumbest animals that I've ever owned, dude. They're so fucking stupid. It's just I can't even believe I spent $200 or $300 on this shit, plus $500 on the setup. I mean, they're dumb as fuck.
Was it really because of TikTok? That's why you bought them? Can you just be real? Like, why did you really buy these frogs?
I bought them because I got 4 focus cages. Oh, and I got to fill them up with something, right? So, it's a shame just to have them sitting there in the fucking closet. So I said, let me just, I don't want to buy any snakes. I don't want to keep an animal in a fucking drawer anymore. I just want to fucking
something to look at.
Like display. Yeah, something to look at. So I'm going to get the frogs, a couple of skinks, probably a Uromastyx, and possibly a green tree. But that's
yes, I was going to say one Chondro, and fuck Bill Stiegel. You're not getting one from Bill Stiegel. You're getting, everyone's on Bill's dick. What the fuck? All these fucking, you know what's like, I love Bill. Bill's my big bro. But everyone is coming to me for Chondro advice and then basically going to Bill and going back and forth. And I'm just like, listen, you cocksuckers, why don't you just fucking stick to one person and just leave it alone? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not going to do that. Yeah.
But listen, I'll tell you what it is. Shout out to Justin Kabelka. It's Justin Kabelka. Everyone knows Justin Kabelka has a Chondro now. So what do you think all these other fucking ball python geeks are doing? They're like, well, I want to get into Chondros. You know what I mean? And then they have a million questions. And I'm just like, and I have I'm not going to say anybody's name, but I have somebody who's asking the type of questions. I'm like, yo, you should not be keeping Chondros, okay? Yeah. Like, I don't think, I think, you're trying to go on a wave that's not really a wave here. And anyways, I don't want to get too deep into it, but shout out to Justin Kabelka, Canova.
I'll get too deep into it. It's just your last guest, your guest last week, Brittany Gobble.
Shout out to Brittany.
It is funny as fuck to see all these wannabe Brittany's going out and like Brittany gets an emu, everybody else gets an emu. Brittany gets a fox, everybody else wants a fucking fox. Shut the fuck up. It's so sad that these fucking broads can't just think for themselves and get something fucking different, It's irritating as fuck.
We need more Brittany Gobbles and Jessica Hares in this reptile industry.
Fuck yeah, we do.
Right now.
Fuck yeah.
The real deal is right there. Anyway, shout out to those two. Shout out to any girl out there. I can tell you right now that's in this hobby doing their own thing, because they're, obviously they are out there. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I will say, Brittany, I've always wanted an emu. So once I do get an emu, I better not hear no shit from nobody. I always wanted a fucking emu, and if you want to fight
you. No, I don't believe it. I'm gonna come on and fucking call you a Brittany fucking wannabe, just like I do with all these other women that are getting the foxes now. And have you ever seen Brittany's fox?
No, I haven't. I mean, I follow her, but has she posted it? Like, I'm confused. I haven't seen it.
She posts videos of it just jetting around the fucking house. It's really like 2.5 minutes of a blur, and then fucking you just watch it. It's like the Tasmanian devil running around the fucking house. And she's the only one that can catch it and pet it, because Johnny's like, the thing fucking bites me all the time. So, but it looks like such an irritating pet to have. You know, it's not a calm pet. It's fucking shit, man.
You want to talk about an irritating pet? Well, I mean, I'm sure it could possibly be. And here I am trying to get my hands on one. Is a toucan. One of those toucan birds.
Yeah, the bird on the cereal box. Yeah, what are you, fucking crazy?
But dude, so shout out to the homie Andre. I had this guy Andre on my show last Sunday, and he's in California. And, but he has alligator. Like, he knows how to get shit that's permitted, basically, you know. And that's the last thing I need, is know how to go through that fucking loophole. Because goddamn, if you're telling me showing me what I could do to get a gator in my backyard, are you kidding me? Like, oh my god, you know. But I'm not there yet. I'm not even gonna try to fuck around with that. I'm respecting that I know somebody who has all that, and fuck, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, we had an alligator for about a year at our house. Yeah, and
I saw those pictures.
It was not. I mean, as soon as the guy left it with us, right? The guy was like, "Listen," it was like a 6-foot alligator. We kept it in a sunken-in tub, and as soon as the guy left, he said, "Listen, she doesn't have to eat for like a month, right? So it's fine." And the minute he turned the corner, my ex-girlfriend was like, "I think Nessie needs a chicken," right? So she goes in the fucking store and buys this fucking thing of chicken, right? So we open the door, throw it in, fucking gator grabs the chicken, right? Goes back, eats the chicken. The next day, my ex is like, "Nessie is looking skinny today. I think she needs a chicken," right? So she goes to the store, gets a chicken, opens the thing, throws it in there, right? This happens for like 3 or 4 more days, right? So on that Saturday, I woke up at like 3 a.m. to take a piss, and I had forgotten that we keep an alligator in that fucking bathroom, right? And I opened the door, and because I opened the door and the alligator was so used to a piece of chicken being thrown at it, the alligator fucking rushed me.
Oh my god!
I shit my pants. There's no I'm not embarrassed to say it. I literally shit myself, and we had to let the alligator come out to let it know that there was no food, and then we carried it back in. But yeah, I'm past the stage of having an animal in my house that could kill me.
Dude, exactly. Here I am fucking preaching to the world about mainland retics and how I fucking made a smart move. And then, like, look at this asshole trying to add an alligator.
Yeah.
Anyways, fuck it. What do you want me to do? But I am fascinated by birds. I will say I've always been fascinated by birds, but I just know how demanding they are of attention and shit like that based off everything I've heard. And I already have a dog that's fucking it's just, I don't know. I need to chill out, bro. You know what I mean? I just need to,
and it's so fucking messy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, just like any animal, you know, because, you know, especially the amount they eat, the more they're going to shit, obviously, right? But more than that, how's before we get into the topics of things and whatnot, how are your guests been lately? I'm curious. How's the lineup been from Snake and the Fat Man's podcast this year?
They've been. I only interview people that I think are interesting. Like, it doesn't matter if you know, like, if you ask to be on my show, I automatically tell you no. There's these cocksuckers that fucking say, "Oh, you're popular now, I'll come on your show." Yeah, go fuck yourself, right? So it smacks of desperation to ask to be on the show. You know,
what if somebody is like coming to you with respect, saying, "I'm a fan of what you have going on, and I will be on your show someday." Do you like that kind of confidence?
I hate those fucking cocksuckers even more because every year we run that 15 minutes of lane contest, right? And inevitably, there's like one of the jerks that I've had on who messages me and says, I'm not going to run for favorite 15 minutes of lame guy because I'm going to be doing huge shit and you're going to, want me on your show in 2 years. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, dude. You'll never be on now, you fucking jackass.
Yeah.
But the guests have been good. I mean, I'm dropping one actually tonight after we do this show, and it's going to be Vanessa from the pet shop in Arizona, and Meg from Megaconda. And the only reason I'm calling her Meg is because I know she hates that. So now I'm fucking calling her that all the time because they're basically two mouthy broads, man. I got to tell you. And having two of them on the show at one time, I mean, that took a lot.
I feel like you need me. I feel like you need my help on that just to fucking, tame it down a little bit, especially.
Dude, you don't even know the half of it. Yeah, I mean, they're constantly telling me how things are. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's like being married. And I'm like, I've known you for like 3 weeks, man. So it's but it's pretty cool because I'm having Socrates on the 15th, and Socrates that was a hookup from you. That dude is fucking unreal, man. Yeah. I love talking to that guy, and the guy's like taking me to school. He's basically like, I knew halfway through it, he was like, I can't believe I'm on this idiot podcast show with you. Who knows nothing about animals.
It's almost like he's so excited to talk about what he wants to tell you. It's like he's trying to pitch you something, but there's nothing to pitch. He's just letting you know what his high is. Like he likes to share what he's excited about. And if he's your boy, or if you give him a platform to share his state of mind, he's going to go in. And that's why I was like, dude, you need to go on Chris Eaton's show, man. And he was like, oh, will he have me on? I'm like, bro, I was like, he's the homie. I was like, it's like, if you're relevant and interesting and you have some sort of like, coolness of an ounce on top of you being relevant, he's gonna want to have some association with you. But I already knew it was all gonna work out.
I'd have him on just simply because of that fucking room. I mean, that room is incredible. And it was funny because
$11,000 just for the ceiling. Okay, $11K for your ceiling. Right?
I literally thought it was a window.
No, it's crazy.
So he comes on. He's like, "You want to see some of these snakes?" And I'm just like, "Nah, I'm good." Right? And he just looked at me. He's like, "Isn't that why I'm here?" And I'm like, "Nah, we don't talk about snakes on this show."
Yeah. And, I'm so glad you did that because he really. I don't want to say he relies on it, but he always feels like that's why people want to talk to him, because they want to see his snakes. And it is he for sure has one of the nicest arboreal private collections in the world. I feel like personally, like really not much people out doing that. I can tell you that right now. But he always feels like that's like, okay, this is what you want me for. But no, dude, like, and I kind of gave you the insight on that. I'm like, this guy's going to talk about shit that's more about your overall, like, being as a human. And like, fuck the reptiles, even though it is about the reptiles. But no, like, he goes deeper than that, and I feel like everything that he's passionate about makes his habits of keeping reptiles just so perfect. Like, he's just, the guy is so dialed in, and I hate fucking giving reach arounds this much, but I've been doing it for the last 2.5 years, as long as I've known him, because he's changed my life that much. You know what I mean? So, dude, I'll fucking sit here all fucking,
He's so fucking next level as far as just a dude to talk to. I mean, that was probably one of the best conversations I ever had with somebody. And he's so positive. I'm like, and you know me, I'm not. Fuck that. I mean. Positive is not my wheelhouse, but fucking he was in it and he was knocking it out of the park, man. So I love that guy. Yeah, and he bought a shirt, so you can't hate him, so.
Hey, you got, speaking I got my first bone I'm gonna pick with you tonight. You ready for this one? You got the shirt I sent you, right?
Yeah, no, I did get your shirt. Yeah, I still owe you a shirt. I'm sorry. I'm lazy.
You suck. Fucking. Here I am, and you're like, I'm just like, go ahead, post another motherfucker, one of your fans with the shirt on. I'll wait. Go ahead. All right, cool. That looks like an extra large. All right, cool. Let me see the next extra large. Fucking this next person is gonna wear. Oh, another chick. What do you know? I'm kidding, bro. Listen, I'm busting your balls. I will say though, shit's sick. I love your new design. Did the homie Blake Stewart have anything to do with that, or was that your own thing?
No, I did it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I can't have Blake do my logo because we agreed early on that it's like a street level dick and fart joke podcast. I can't be having a professional logo, fucking to send out. I mean, I'd look like a fucking hypocrite, but yeah, but Blake's great because you could always go to him for any help. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, he's not just like a sponsor. He's like fucking dude.
No,
You know,
he's here to
anytime you
he's
need
here to
help,
elevate.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
here to elevate, and he will make you think outside the box. Well, it would be scary. It's like, whoa, bro, like, you know, but
Yeah.
it's also like, do you want to go there? Are you trying to go Canova? Are you trying to go fucking, you know what I mean? He taps into all the shit that you have going on, and he sees your potential. Then he kind of tells you what he recommends, and everything he says makes sense. It's just, you know, it's scary as fuck. Like one thing that he wanted to, I don't want to talk too much, but one thing that he was considering is redoing my logo. And not that I think I have the best logo in the world, but I'm just really attached to my logo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I could also know, like I am such a fucking nitpicker, bro. Like if it's not me in control, like I could deny everything you're showing me just because like the most smallest thing, and I could just be that way. So that was another scary thing. And I wanted, like, you know, I don't want to waste Blake's time. Not that I would, but I'm just knowing that guy right there could. I mean, look what he did for Justin. Like, look what he did for Garrett. Look what he did for Desiree and Steven with the logo change. Like that shit's amazing, and it's huge for them. But I hear you though. That's why I'm like, I'd rather just be a little fucking ghetto podcast. It's just
right.
I'm having fun. I'll wait till I get to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan signed me or something like that, and then I'll fucking, you know what I mean? Then we'll talk.
When I get that deal with Spotify, I'll talk to Blake. So.
Dude, all right. So what the fuck, man? It's so crazy how at the end, by the way, real quick, fist pump on last segment. I think it was a huge success based off my DMs and fucking people tagging me, telling me, if you ever need support, don't go to MJ. What the fuck was that? Why wasn't you tagged? Like, I'm confused. Like, we're a package deal. So if you're gonna go in on anything about this fucking podcast, and even vice versa, you better not just go after Chris. You better come after me too, motherfuckers. Like, this is a combo deal. But anyways, huge success. Obviously, what we wanted to talk about, you know, truth behind a lot of it. Go ahead.
I knew it was a success when people were like, oh, you really didn't go into as many, like two people actually contacted me and said, you know, I felt like it was everybody safe. You didn't go up into anybody. You know, you didn't get in anybody's shit. And I was like, yeah, but you know what? Like, fucking nowadays, I looked at all this shit about how you could get sued on a podcast prior to that episode. And I was like, yeah, let's just stay away from that. But so many, I probably got 60 DMs telling me how great it was. So
exactly. So on the more positive side of things, I got so many people who are fucking stoked about what we have going on. But also too, for the idiots out there who are like, wow, they didn't really, nobody say, hey, dickhead, that's episode 1. You think we're just going to do one fucking episode and just call it quits? No, motherfucker. We're not going to give everything on. You think we're just going to put everything on a plate and serve it to you guys? Right. No. Right. So how about you slow your roll there, whoever you are. But anyways, basically right after that episode, that fucking Naito thing hit the fan, bro. Like that, all this shit, like, you know, Billy getting, thrown on the burner, and then all this just drama rose to the fucking surface about Naito, and here we are, like, you know, people who aren't even relevant calling other people bad people, and you know, who are the monsters and whatnot. So,
well, not only that, after a month, it's gone. You hear no Naito talk right now, which I knew was going to happen.
Gone. Right. And that's kind of the name of the story with most things, you know. That's why, you know, I talk about like how you have to be a really, like, what kind of level of piece of shit do you have to be to where people will never forget what you did and you are done, bro. That doesn't, I think there's like a 4 to 5, 6 week span there where it's like, all right, I think you're good now. So,
Yep.
But I mean, really, go ahead.
Even that Texas dickhead, right? Like 6 weeks, he was still selling snakes again. You know, all these people that have any shit going down with them, it blows over, man. The Naito shit was great because we had spoke prior to that during the Bob Clark IBD thing, right? Right. And during that episode, you were like, guess what? Fucking people get sold snakes with IBD. It happens. Fucking deal with it, right? And then like fucking a month later, the Naito thing comes up, and I was just thinking like, hey, dude, this is like part of the business now. It's like fucking you should expect to get Naito when you fucking get a snake. You know, especially since every snake could have it, and there's a trigger, you know, that could you know, trigger the virus. Fuck that. I don't know how you ball python people fucking still do this.
It's for one thing, it's such a goddamn rookie maneuver to make a big scene of something that is gonna keep happening. Okay, so guess what? Yeah, you got fucked over. You want to keep buying snakes? You're gonna get fucked over again at some point. It just and you can't go out there worrying your whole life about not getting fucked over. Obviously, you got to be smart, but understand things happen for a reason in life. You know what I mean? Like you can't avoid life situations. People try to avoid life so much, and you can't. Like, hello, you got to be ready for it. Just be ready for it. If your fucking collection gets Nido, man the fuck up and figure it out, and that's it. What the fuck? What's your problem?
The way it goes, man.
Or be good at hiding it. People do that too. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know,
one
like,
or the other, right?
Let's be real. Well, because here's a real fact. This is why I kind of was happy. Not that I'm happy, because Billy has a lot going on. This guy does not need this shit. Okay. But also he has a business. So this is a part of what he has to take care of at the same time. Right. But I'm not happy. You know, one thing I'm happy about is the fact that this is a situation that is brought up of one of a million that has been occurring throughout this fucking goddamn history of reptile keeping, where people will get a sick animal. You know what I mean? This whole Nido, not that, and I'm not thinking, you know, fuck testing, all that. No, I hella believe in testing. But what I'm saying is we should not be fussing about something that's always been a part of what we love, and it's not going anywhere. And you know, and Nido's just one of many things. Crypto, bad symptoms of RI, like just organ failure. Hello, it's nature. So many things. You know what I mean? It's like just how people were losing their minds about COVID. Well, hello, what about your mom who had? I don't know whose mom, but what about your fucking mom who died of obesity? Or like, what about your fucking grandma who had just lung cancer? My grandma died of lung cancer. Just it's fucked up. I'm just saying, like that. What about all those things that have been killing Americans for years? Like, and now we're just like COVID. It's kind of like the same thing, you know? So, I mean, it just, you know, as much as it, you know, it brought attention and awareness, it sucked it had to be Billy, but.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too, because I also think that there has to be a way where dudes that have had 20 years of going above and beyond helping people in this hobby can't get drugged through the mud just because one moron fucking accuses them of something, you know? So it's basically cancel culture, you know, in the reptile industry. So fuck these people. I'm glad Billy came through it. So,
and I feel like I mean, not that Billy will ever like do anything that's going to be like worse or anything, but Billy has such a strong following of people who believe in him. You know what I mean? And that, you want to know why? Because Billy has helped them. Like Billy has actually fucking helped a lot of his people who are doing this for the full time and making a really good living. So yeah, he's going to have some ride or die people. You know, if someone changed my life like that, I would too. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, Billy's following is pretty strong, like to where you do have people who probably don't care what he does. Like they're just like, fuck you, mutation creation, motherfucker. It's like, damn. But listen, you can't hate on someone who built something like that. Like it's like, I don't know, like, you know, at the end of the day, Billy's not a man selling sick animals. It was, you know, here we are. This is a situation that has happened many times, like I said, but it's nothing to take Billy out, not even a little bit. You know, look at the support he has. We just got done talking about, you know, because one of the things that was mentioned is, you know, you have somebody as smart as Austin, right? King Austin, right? The king of morph, really. Austin's a fucking genius. Why would he take his collection and combine it with Billy's if that was the case? You're like, why would he want to do like, and like Austin's a smart guy, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things to where like you just got to kind of stop listening to what he said or she says. Billy's doing Billy. He has a squad. You ain't stopping him. Take care of your own shit. And if you get fucked over, I mean,
dude,
join the club.
I tell you, the tens of thousands of dollars that we got fucked over when we were doing this full time, it just happens, man. So it is what it is. But fucking, I'm happy that Billy came out of it, you know, on top. And you know, fuck these Canadians, right? I mean,
whoa!
I mean, really,
I love Canada. Because
Listen,
I'm going
just
there
saying,
in like 3 weeks, motherfucker. So don't get me.
I'm just saying that there's some great Canadian people, you know, but there's some fucking Canadians that are just pieces of shit. And you're just like, what the fuck? Like they're shit stirrers and they fucking just do anything they can to aggravate you. You know, fuck them. I mean, not the hot chicks, obviously, but Canada has a lot of pigs too. So fucking you got to just be careful who you talk to in Canada. The pigs are normally the ones that'll fuck you.
Canada, like, this is why I have a hard time thinking Canada's like, I understand they're a different country, but man, they have like a lot of the same violence that we have. They even have crazier fucking like murder stories and shit like that. So Canada is like, I mean, as much as they have fucked up people, look who they're on top of.
Yeah.
The city, I mean, our countries, goddamn, are you kidding me? Like, I can't help but to like, some of these goddamn murder case like interviews and shit, like they help me go to sleep sometimes. I don't know why, like these interrogations, like I love hearing like someone who's really going to jail for the rest of their life talk. I don't know what it is, but they help me go to bed, and I hear so many fucked up cases, and it's just like, oh my God, a lot of it's from Canada.
Yeah, no, a lot of it's from fucking Canada. It's it is what it is. They're fucking weird up there. You can't trust people that are that fucking nice, man. You just can't. So
that's kind of a good point. I will say I don't like, because if it's one thing in Canada, this is not just you, okay? This is definitely America. But when I got into this, bro, and like I started seeing like the fake side of things, oh boy, the ones that were easy to find out that expose the fake, the easier were the Canadians, bro. Because they would blatantly just like kiss your ass and then talk shit to somebody who supports you. So what do you think they're going to do? Show me. So I've never had so much proof coming from Canadian breeders talking shit about me. And, and like, dude, like, me, I can't somebody like, especially if it's somebody who's like trying to be big in this, I'm going to bring it to your attention. And there was one guy just all the time. I'm like, bro, are you this fake? Like you are literally telling me how much you love me, and then you're calling me a homophobe in your Discord. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what?
That's the great thing about having a popular podcast here, is that my fans are in every Discord, like in Canada.
Yeah.
And I know the motherfuckers talking shit about me because they send me screenshots, all right?
Yeah.
And, and that those same people will be like, dude, I think you rock. You're so great. That interview was fantastic. You're amazing. Where'd you get that fucking hat? And I'm like, didn't you just talk shit on me when you fucking Discord? You fucking cunt. So it's fuck. Discord, I think, is the worst thing that's ever happened. Only because I have no idea how to use it.
Discord is sick. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna set up Discord for you, bro. You'll love Discord,
dude,
especially because of fucking Vanessa and Megan, fucking Tweedledee, Tweedledum, bro. You could put them in the Discord, and they'll leave your fucking Facebook alone, and your Facebook would stop getting blown up all the damn time. I love you, Megan. I'm just kidding. You guys aren't dumb. Okay. Can I just say, Megan is gangster due to her anacondas. I feel like, and she just obviously is, she's down for shit. But Vanessa, though, bro, I wouldn't fuck with Vanessa. Vanessa kind of looks like you don't want to underestimate her. And I feel like she could bury you. Like, I don't know what it is about Vanessa.
This is a shameless plug for fucking the next show, for tonight's show, but that bitch obliterated me. All right, like fucking, like it was so bad. And then Meg had fucking attitude too. All right. And, Meg, I did, she's on 15 minutes this episode, right?
You gave Megan 15 minutes of lame? That is the most gangster shit I've ever heard, Chris. Yep. You served her with 15 minutes of lame.
Yep.
She has to win. Oh my God, guys, we all have to. I wanted Reggie to win, but now Megan, we cannot let Megan lose that, because that would, like, her credentials, bro, will drop.
Dude, she was just like, you have me on a new breeder segment? She's like, dude, do you know who the fuck I am? And I was like, yeah, you're Megaconda. I go, but I only heard about you this year on MJ's. So you get 15 minutes. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
That is thuggish.
She is fucking gangster as fuck, though. We argue online all the time.
Oh my God.
But you know, she did one of the no-nos. You know, she didn't do her hair, she didn't do her makeup when she came on my fucking show, and I was just like, what is this? What are you doing? You're just
Megan
killing
doesn't
my
wear
ratings.
makeup, bro.
Yeah.
Megan does not rock makeup at all.
Yeah.
She's fucking. She's literally Megan.
Yeah, she
And she don't care. You
look
know.
at this. Look at this right here. Chris is trying to get his ass beat, calling me Meg. Right?
Where? I don't see that.
No, she sent it to my DMs.
Oh my god, Megan, can you stop distracting him, please? All right. And I have that picture of you in your swimsuit, so I will drop that. Don't make me drop that. Fucking.
Oh no, I have that too. I have pictures of Vanessa in a swimsuit too.
Yeah.
I'm not too shy to say I've used them. Okay, so it is what it is. Oh.
All right, bro. Listen, I really want to tap in because listen, as much as people are on a bandwagon of like, oh, what a bad person that person is for selling this, you know, we're talking like Bob Clark situations and real situations where that had happened, right? But let's talk about what is a real piece of shit person in this industry in your eyes, Chris. Like, what is something that you've even maybe experienced or seen that just isn't forgiving for you, and you feel like maybe it's still happening today in this industry, if you could think of anything?
Oh man, dude, I could think of a lot. I could think of people. I don't want to call him a piece of shit, okay? Because maybe he's not a piece of shit, but I definitely do not vibe with this Elijah guy. He's a friend of Jessica Hare, and he's a friend of theirs. And he basically every episode that I saw that he did, he found a way to rip on my boy Travis Wyman. And fucking that just irritated the piss out of me. And I just don't like the guy ever since since I started seeing that. And he's done it every episode. So he just that's kind of like a piece of shit move. I don't want to call him a piece of shit, but fucking I definitely don't vibe with him at all.
You are the moves you make.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. Hold on, Elijah. Who is this? I don't know who the fuck. How come I never heard of Elijah? Who the fuck is Elijah? Not Juggernaut. Not Juggernaut Elijah. Are you not talking about Elijah Armis? Are you? There's no way.
Maybe, I don't know, the dude that wears fucking nail polish.
Oh, that's definitely not fucking Elijah.
Okay.
But Elijah Armis is a gangster. Oh, I know what you're talking about. The 50-year-old with he's losing hair and he has black nail polish.
Yeah.
Bro, he messaged me, I don't know how, from like 4 different accounts. Trying to send me that link to that video. And I never watched, I just wouldn't watch it. And I was like, what is this guy? And he's like, yeah, you probably have already heard of me. Not too many people like me, but I speak the truth. but I speak the truth. And I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? And then I did have a few people fucking sending me in. I'm like, don't send me this. I don't give a fuck about this. You guys wear nail polish. You're going to give this the time of day? Like, what the fuck? I know you're talking about.
Well, you can't even complain about the guy having nail polish on because all the trans people will come after you now. So fucking, it's just something you got to watch out for.
The who people?
All the trans people.
Listen.
Yeah, I know.
Do your thing, but don't come at me, motherfuckers. I'll tell you that much. I'll fight every single one of you motherfuckers. I don't care. I will hit you as hard as you are, man. I'm dead serious. Don't come near me.
Transphobic MJ. Man.
I got no problem. I got this one homie, Eric. The homie Eric, she was Michelle. But when I worked with this homie Eric at the I've literally seen somebody transform from a female to a male. And I saw how much happier they were. Yeah, I mean, do your thing. Like I said, do your thing. You know what I mean? It's also like, I have no problem with gay people. I have homies that are gay, but don't ever touch my dick ever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it goes down. So all I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, but it's not as bad as you make it sound. the dick touching,
I know, trust me, the way I am very good in life, if you know what I mean. My wife, she completes all of that for me. I don't need anything masculine. I don't need anything with nail polish. That's not my wife's nail polish touching me whatsoever. And if you do, there's going to be problems. That's it. Hella problems. Actually, I want to lie, bro. Last Arlington, there was a girl who was like begging me to put on a small Trap Talk with MJ shirt. I don't even know where she got it from, but she had a small Trap Talk with MJ, and she was wanting to pay me $100 if I would put it on. And I'm like, I'm good. And she was literally getting aggressive about it. I'm like, why do you want to see me in this small shirt? Like, I don't understand. And she was like, come on, do it. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck is happening? Like, I took off. You know what I mean? I was like, I almost hit her with the bottle I had in my hand. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But people are weird.
Yeah, these reptile women are weird.
At the end of the day, people are fucking weird. And if you're going to judge me for saying people are weird, then what world are you living in? You're going to sit and tell me people aren't weird? What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I got you, man.
About it. I'm not saying I'm perfect, you know what I mean? But the way I was brought up and shit, you know, like I love my country, even though it's fucked up. Yeah, I know. But, you know, I love who I am. I love my body. And, you know, if you got to do something to love your body more, then more power to you. God, like I said, no judgment against that, you know? And I know there are, kind of the reptile world is becoming the rave scene. Have you ever been to a rave? Yeah. No rules at a rave, bro. Yep. I mean, dude, I saw my first you want to talk about transphobia popped, that bubble popped. I saw my first like transgender like things at LA raves. Like I was like not really traumatized, but I was like, holy shit, like cross-dressing type stuff. And the rave world is just, there's no rules. The rave world is nuts. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, I've seen that side of things. So I DJ'd for years. I used to go to raves. I just never partaked in that kind of weird stuff. But I'm just saying, like, it was always out there. And what I'm saying is, if obviously that's in the reptile world as well. You know, you go to shows, you see people just do their thing and dress the way they want to dress, let it all out, and that's cool. You know what I mean? Do your thing. I have nothing against it. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like at all.
No, I lived in Hollywood for years, and my friend Levon. A fucking transvestite fucking hooker, and he would basically dress up in like a pink fucking mini skirt, and his fucking giant black dick would be hanging down to his knee, and it would come out of the skirt. And I'm just like, Levon, come on, man, you gotta tuck that thing back. I mean, you're not even trying now, all right? So I'm a big fan of the gays and transvestites, but fucking but don't be so pushy. You fucking people are so pushy. And I have gay friends, like I'm huge in the gay community, right? But fucking it's gay people are awesome because as soon as they move next to you, like the property value goes up, everything is fabulous. Like fucking they actually
can I stop this mythbuster? Can I mythbust this real quick?
Yeah, you can, but it's been my experience.
Hold on, bro, because one thing, and this is, we got to keep things on an even page here, okay? I love the gays, like Lady Gaga said. Shout to all the gays, right? But
why are you doing this?
She did that at the ceremony. She did that. That's what she did. Yeah, I remember seeing it. I was like, wow, shout out to the gays. But what I'm saying, dude, the homie, and I can't say specifics, but the homie who just did a lot, bought a lot, has to undo a lot. All because a gay couple happened to look inside and reported them to the HOA. And HOA has certain rules about you can't have walls up if you need so many certain parking spaces. So let's just say that this guy's hard work needs to be undone because of a gay couple who.
Yeah, but that's one instance. You know, I mean, that's one
instance. Hey, man, that sucks. That's fucked up.
The gays have dickhead people in their crowd too, just like the straights have dickhead people. So I get that, but my experience is I would love for a gay dude to move next door to me, and I mean, and not that I'm gonna fucking suck the guy's dick or anything, but fucking I would. I had a gay friend at a job,
crazy,
and he would be like my little gay avatar, right? Like I would send him out into the world, he would do gay stuff, and then he would come back and report to me about it, and he was telling me like fucking, you know, like I'm like when two dudes are banging, like when a guy and a girl bang doggy style, like you could tell that the girl is at least enjoying it and the girl gets it. But when guys are banging doggy style, like don't your balls hurt from slapping together? And then you know, like, what do you do if you finish first?
Ooh,
And my gay friend was like, well, normally you should go down on him and finish him off, right? If you came first. And I was like, do you do that? And he's like, fuck no. He's like, I got off. What do I have to do that for, right? So I was like, oh, so gay sex is exactly like heterosexual sex, right? To the guy, right? So it's fucking, yeah. I love gay people. Elton John, big fan.
Dude, oh my God. Well, there you go. That's one way to break it in. I will say, since we are taking a break at this quick moment, shout to one of the sponsors, shout to Focus Cube Habitats. Did you happen to see
gay.
Did you see that? They're gay for each other. Did you happen to see the vlog I did when I dropped my new enclosure? Brand new, spanking brand new Focus Cube Arcadias. What'd you think?
I fucking loved it, and I understood the fact that it took you a week to put them together.
Bro, like, okay, I'm like, fuck, like, oh my God, bro, tedious. Like, it's just.
Especially, did you have anybody helping you or no?
Oh, fuck no. It was all by myself.
Yeah, me neither. It took me about a week to put together 4 of those. Okay.
Yeah.
So
all by myself. Yep. I was you know, like my thing was, it was just like 12 of them. You know what I mean? So it's like if I just had to do 4, if I had to do 4, I could take my time, but I felt like I was on a goddamn time crunch. And so like it just, because I was worrying about trying to get it done, it took forever, bro. Yeah. And then I'm thinking, okay, well, what are you excited about? Now you have to get him inside. You have to fucking get the purchase. You have to get the lights installed. You have to fucking do all, like, it's not done. So it was like 2 days of nonstop building, and then another 2 days of figuring shit out, getting things how I wanted it. And then it was another couple days of just adjusting and just like, and I'm still adjusting. Like I might even switch things around now. Like I don't know, but god damn, bro. Like all I could think about was the end result. Like I was like, bro, this is gonna be so sick. Like because you have focus cubes, you know how they are. Like I was like, dude, imagine 12 of these stacked. I was like, you're good. You're right. Just keep going. And I could tell you, bro, that's the first true test of hard work I got put in since being in this industry. Like meaning like I was kind of stressed out. Like I was like I'm not sleeping good. Like I was waking up and then building. Like I'm talking about nonstop. And I'm not talking to my wife much, and she's like, "You good?" And I'm like, "I'm just working a lot, okay?" Like acting like I'm working hard labor and shit. But dude, shout to our sponsor, Focus Cube Habitats. Number 1 PVC built enclosures in the United States. I feel like they're killing it, bro. Honestly,
they're doing so good, and I'm so happy for them now. I mean, I was a fan when they were still in the garage, you know. And seeing what they're doing now, and seeing what Ash is doing with the whatever the jet skis and shit like that. I mean, it's fucking nuts to watch them. They got an unhealthy obsession with fishing, though. You know, I think that's a little bit like too. Like I don't even know if they're eating them, but I sure as fuck wouldn't eat a fish that I caught in the fucking fuck that. That's crazy.
I don't think they eat fish. Those are like bass and shit. I think there's a lake and they just catch big ass fish and they let those go. That's a therapeutic thing, bro. Like I can tell you what, like I do miss fishing, but then I know like, okay, my cheap ass just don't want to go buy for a license because I would have to now that I'm old, because I used to love fishing when I was a kid. Like I used to go from when I was 12 to 15 years old and just go by myself to the pier, and I would fish for hours during the summer, and I just loved it. And then I remember there was a time period where I left, came back, and then I was like, oh, you need a license now? And I just never fished. But bro, when I was in that moment of fishing, it was just something about just being out there, you know, and even as a kid and getting bored easily, dude, I never got bored fishing. I fucking loved being out there. It was just something about being fishing that I loved so much. So I get it. I feel like, I don't know. Have you ever fished, fucker? Probably not.
I've never been fishing a day in my life. I've never. I had asked my father, does he want to go out, because I'll go out and catch like a tuna or a shark with him, right? I want something where once you get it on the boat, you got to club it like a baby seal to kill it, right? And that's what I want to do. And my father refuses to do that. And the other thing I think about, and most of the people that know me know I think about this, like, what if you got to take a shit when you're on the boat, right? Like, do you just and they're like, you just hang your ass over and take a shit. And then I'm not going to do that because that means I'm catching fish that are eating my shit. And then I'm going to eat the fish. Fuck that. I may as well eat my own shit. You know, it's just not going to happen. So I just can't do it. I've never been fishing. I've never been camping. I've never been any of that manly stuff.
So, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm like, Mr. Like, oh, I love camping, but I would be like, nowadays, I'm like, give me an RV, motherfucker. Like, I ain't going to be slipping on that dirt. Like, I'm just so like, with my luck and shit, I'll get bit by something that's going to give me an infection or something weird. I'm good. I don't want to expose myself to anything that would fuck me up anymore. I'm over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, seriously. And who's going to sleep on the floor? Like, that's gross, right? Like sleeping on the floor. I know outside it's called the ground, but fucking it like I'll sleep in a cabin. And I just noticed a comment, fucking Mike, tell me how fucking transparent I am because of this fucking dumbass light I got on top of me. So I'm sorry I'm blinding everybody with my white ass, all right?
I mean, to get back to the piece of shit topic.
Yeah. I know we got a little sideline there.
I kind of want to like, cause you know, you kind of gave your 2 cents as far as what you've seen that kind of gives you a bad taste in your mouth, aka piece of shit taste in your mouth, right? And one thing that I, for the most part, and this could just be like, like my own pet peeve, but like hypocrites, you know what I mean? And what I mean by hypocrites is like, just as we were talking about how I had people getting like saying one thing to me, and then I have those fucking screenshots sent to me, and I'm like, okay, wow. But when we take it to a higher level, you know, and we talk about people who should be keeping others in check, like let's be real. Like, Chris, if you knew I was like the way we know each other now, right? Mm-hmm. If you thought I was doing something that was literally harming my fucking show, like you could see it, like, dude, like it's a concern, I'm sure you would approach me, right? Or at least like
I would call you up and be like, dude, I don't know if I would have did that, brother. Just so you know, like I still love you, but I wouldn't have called
just to see where I'm at, like just to see where I'm at, right? Like just like you know, like, hey, are you know what I mean? And I feel like there's not enough of that going on, and I'm talking about in generalities of the reptile industry, like, you know, not just the Bob Clark, not that Bob Clark. This is the example because we were talking about last time, but like all these people who are getting away of just scamming customers and basically still getting repped and getting fucking props and getting hand jobs by all these other big people who really are like, how do you allow that? Like, if I did something that was offensive to your viewers, right, Chris? Like, let's just say like I was kind of the way I was presenting things offended your viewers. Like at some point, I'm sure you'd be like, and if like you came to me and I was like, oh, I'm not going to change my shit. Fuck your viewers. Fuck your show. I'm sure you'd be like, all right, MJ, good luck to you. I don't know what the fuck your problem is, but I ain't going to fuck with you no more. There's something going on with you. You know what I mean? Right. But you wouldn't still be dick riding me to get clout. You still wouldn't. I mean, I assume you wouldn't, or would you? I mean, I'm being real. Like,
I probably would. No, I'm
because you come from that era.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you that fucking people will toss you under the fucking bus and then immediately praise you to your face. Because if they haven't sucked out whatever you could do for them yet, they're still going to be on that for a while. And that happens a lot too. Mostly with Canadians, all right? But you know, with Americans too. And
hey, listen, when I pull up Canada in 3-4 weeks, I'm not the one. Dude, I dedicate Saturdays to Canada for the most part. So please, don't be mad at me. Anyways,
please.
Get the likes
on
up.
A good day.
Get the likes
on
up.
A good day, our fucking Salvation Army could kick Canada's ass. All right, so fucking fuck them Canada, except like Christy Lynn and you know, the hot girls there and Billy. You know, but other than that. Fuck them. Like, I'm never going to go to Canada again, right? So it doesn't matter.
Wait. What was the last time you went to Canada?
About 6 years ago. I went to Niagara Falls.
It wasn't reptile related. It was just to go visit.
No, it was just with my girlfriend because she wanted to go. So fucking, I did the helicopter ride and all that other shit. It was fun, but I like, you know, they have a cool casino right on the other side of the border. So I would go there again. But, you know, plus all that fucking strange money. Them and their fucking colorful money. Fuck you and your Monopoly money, all right? I want
It
fucking
looks very
green
monopoly.
money, right? Yeah. So,
Or even the blue. I mean, I even think the blue looks nice. I don't know, something about those stack of blues that just kind of make the juices flow. You feel me? It's like, wow, I like it. I just like the brand new American money.
yeah.
It's so fresh. But listen, going back to what I was gonna say real quick. Last thing that we talked about on the show that didn't follow through, and I want to talk a little bit about it, was you were talking about potentially having Bartek on your show. That never happened, right?
No.
Why not?
And I'm actually kind of glad it didn't, because he wouldn't have gained anything out of it. And the interview that he wanted to do would not have went over well with my listeners. Like none of my listeners are going to go to Animal Con. I'm pretty positive.
Was he saying I'm only coming on to speak about Animal Con and that's what I want to talk about? Was that
He said, no, he said, I would like to come on your show and talk about Animal Con and anything else that you'd like to discuss.
So why didn't you, being the fucking man that you are, the fucking the smooth operator you are, why don't you just maybe cover it for like 2 minutes and then get into some real shit? Because I feel like you need to have him on your show, bro. Like you need.
Well, I've had him on twice in the past before. So he's
really
already been on. Yeah, he's been on the show.
When was the last time you had him on? I want to watch that one. When was the last time?
Probably
you had him on?
a year ago.
Okay.
It was when it was still audio.
It's on audio. Okay, so no YouTube. Okay.
And he was always a gentleman with me. I have to say, he was always fucking nice guy. Whenever I saw him at shows, he was a nice guy. But I wanted to talk about things that in his mind would probably be considered as drama. And I get it. When you have 3 million people following you, fucking, you don't want to just invite the problems in, right? So I get it. And we just decided, all right, it's better if you skip this one. So,
yeah. Well, I had no clue you actually brought him on. So that's why I was kind of like, hyped up a little bit about why you should have him on if you never had that actual one-on-one. So my bad. I'm actually going to go back and listen to that. That'd be sick to hear you and Bartek talk about things. Because like I said, the history of you and Bartek stems way before social media where it's at today.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to Bartek. I mean, I'm not friends with Bartek. I'm acquaintances with Bartek. But we would always talk, like he'd come to the White Plains shows way back when. You're talking 10 years ago, So, I still like the guy. I still watch his videos. It's not like I'm like, fuck this guy, he doesn't want to talk about my shit. But, the shit that I would want to talk about is not something that would really, benefit him in the least,
Do you kind of support Brian when he says about coming into this thinking you could just make money and just put it all into ball pythons and make a substantial living off it is not feasible? It's a something that you should not consider, and you should put money in other investments. Like, do you feel like he's right on that based off what you're seeing right now in the industry?
Well, no, because I'm still seeing people make a living off of ball pythons. I am seeing shows decline, and people's income from the shows actually declining. But it's if you would, if you're in this long enough, you watch the cycle go, every couple of years. It's great, it's shit, it's great, it's shit. And people 5 years ago was like, fuck Desert Ghost, I don't give a fuck about Desert Ghost. And now you can't buy Desert Ghost for less than like $3,000. So I think that I don't agree with him. And I think that if you're smart, you could make a living at this and make a living at it fairly quickly. But you have to be smart. You can't be a fucking dumbass. And even the people that everybody thinks have done it quickly have been doing it a lot longer than you think they would. Like Josh Lumberg from Ball Python Shed, he looks relatively new on social media, but Josh was buying stuff from us when I had eyeballs, so he was in it 6-7 years ago. Miguel did everything right. Miguel came in and fucking crushed it and is opening up new doors. You just got to be smart and not a fucking white trash idiot, and you'll make money, you know? So,
yeah.
And I honestly don't give a fuck, really. Like, fucking, you want to throw all your money in a fucking ball pie? Go ahead, do it. You know, fucking.
There's way other things you could do the same.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, fucking, we put in about 250 grand into it, right?
Right.
And every day that we talk to each other now, we're like, man, can you imagine if we used that money to open up a Chick-fil-A? We'd be killing it right now, right? So
that's what I'm saying.
You know,
it's like this is one of many things an entrepreneur could do with their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it really helps you if, okay, here's the thing too. Like, you got to understand, if you're coming into this, it should be for the love of the animal. It should be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
and once that's officially checked, then the next step might land into your lap. It might land into your lap. You also might be a really bad fucking breeder. You also maybe couldn't hatch a fucking snake with 2 eyes. You know what I'm saying? So you have to just really slow your roll, you know? And this is why when I see people get in and within the first month of just having a logo, they have stickers and are passing them out. It's like, what are you hyping up right now? Like, you are hyping up.
That makes me furious. Yeah.
Because literally you're wanting a response is what it is. You could say you're marketing all you want, but what you're wanting is some sort of fucking hand me out, follow feedback, which you have nothing to present. You have not done shit. You've got a cool logo, which you probably think is cool and it isn't cool. You know what I'm saying? And you're really feeling you have respect based off sticker swaps.
Yeah. It's sticker breeders, but you remember that fucking that 16-year-old idiot that fucking his father gave him like $1 million, and everybody, you know, he was buying all these ball pythons.
He had bro, I heard the transactions he made with certain breeders who literally made a living off those transactions. Like, I'm talking about, like, they ravished this kid, bro. They skin. You ever see Predator 1? You fucking
of course. Yeah, we'll go.
I showed my wife that movie the other day. I was like, "Hey, baby, have you ever seen a skinned human?" She's like, "What?" And I'm like, and she was like, "Oh my god!" You know what I mean? And dude, epic. Love that movie. But I'm just saying, that's what they did to that kid. No.
Well, yes and no. All right. First of all, this fucking jack off kid was buying a $50,000 scaleless and then killed it, and then he just went out and bought another $50,000 scales. And like I was actually talking to the kid one time, and I was like, wouldn't you have rather? I mean, I'm not saying that I like killing animals, but wouldn't you rather have killed a pinstripe than fuck it? Like you're buying all these snakes and you don't even know how to keep them, and you spent like fucking 500 grand or whatever. So, so yes, you have to love the animals. If you keep ball pythons, I don't know if you notice this, but there's very few people that just have one ball python. All right. If you keep ball pythons, you always have 20, and you always are going to try and breed them. And those people aren't necessarily the best. But Jesus Christ.
This is getting good. I'm listening.
Holy fuck. Good thing I did my crack before.
We can too, if you want.
Yeah, out of control. Fucking
I'm listening.
All right, China White. Fucking
you're the one with the hot plate, motherfucker.
I got my needle and spoon right here. You know that's not true, because if I had a needle and spoon, I wouldn't be this fat, right?
You'd be nodding off.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that asking people to love the animals, it may be going towards that direction now, but I think people are still looking at this like, you know, I could buy 50 animals and make $30,000 next year. And that's really not the case.
Well, let me ask you this. Good.
No, go ahead.
No, finish up.
No, I was going to say, people don't even know how long 2 years is. You know, so they're buying these young females, and you're like, you fucking idiot. You know,
Right.
but by the time 2 years pass, that thing will be worth, you know, shit. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like I'm curious what you would do in this situation. Like, Chris, obviously you were highly invested at one point in the ball python game. Okay. You have a way different perspective than a lot of us newbies who've just barely gotten into this because of social media. But let's just say you were to write things out. You still had a massive collection. You were one of the most respected ball python breeders in the game. And you have all these people now coming to you. How would you look for respect? Like, what are some ways in your eyes would you say, okay, I'll give this person the time of day, or like, what are signs that you look for to see that this person's fucking like somebody that worth giving your energy to?
Oh, if I talk to you and I don't like you within the first 5 minutes, you're fucked. Whether you're a brilliant.
Give me an example. Like, let's say I was inquiring, right? Like, what is one thing you should never do when inquiring a snake? Like, you know what I mean? Like what would be a pet peeve to you, right? Like, somebody wanting to buy a $10,000 snake from you or whatever how much money. I'm curious. How would what would be a good approach and a bad approach?
All right, let's say somebody bought a stranger from me, right?
Right.
I would sell them the stranger, and immediately, if they start talking to me about what they're gonna pair that 3-month-old stranger to, you're done. You're out. Fucking, I don't give a fuck what you're gonna pair it to. It's fucking 2 years away from you doing anything with it. So just shut the fuck up. And if you give me a sticker right away, you could go fuck yourself. Okay, it's just that's not my thing. And then I gotta fucking give you one of my stickers, and we're like fucking a bunch of 6-year-olds, and we're like fucking let's trade. So we can fucking put stickers on a wall behind me. Get the fuck out of here. That's fucking crazy.
What? Hey, whoa. What if it's shirts?
If it's shirts, it's okay.
What the fuck? Give me my shirt.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I'm just kidding.
It's all right. Fucking yeah, I'm a dick. Here's the thing: is that I'm an idiot, right? But I know that I'm an idiot. So that almost makes me smart. So if you just think to yourself, I'm a fucking idiot all the time, when you do smart things, people will think so much more of you. Jesus Christ, fucking like how much weed a day do you smoke? Just out of curiosity.
You think I'm a fucking mathematician? You think I can fucking put those numbers in my head? I don't fucking know, Chris. I wake up, I smoke. I'm trying to have this new thing now where I don't smoke as early as I normally do. Like I try to lengthen it out now. Like, so I wake up and I do my thing, which is my affirmations, my stretches. I try not to look at my phone until all that's done. And then until like, I want to say 30 minutes of me doing what I have to do on my phone, I then want to smoke my first bowl. I used to literally roll out of my bed and smoke. Like I'm talking like, my eyes would still be like this. And I'm like, what? I would just be smoking, and I'm just like, yo, I feel like you're just taking advantage of this at this point. You know what I mean? So I'm starting to become more logical, but bro, once that first bowl's in, I don't count.
No, I get that.
But bro,
we used to wake and bake in Hollywood a lot.
It brings me so much energy. I can't explain because like I'm nonstop, right? And then I'll have like a moment where I'm just like, damn, I'm either hungry or I feel like I'm just kind of dragging ass. And smoking, like, well, dabs, like, see, here's the thing, bro. There's this concentrate. Oh shit. There's this concentrate shit, like this, the heavy shit. And then there's the flower shit, right? But for some reason, this makes me drag ass. Like, I mean, it eventually will wind me down at some point where this shit right here, it's so heavy that it does the opposite and it sets me there where I'm just like wired and I'm like, you know what I mean? For whatever reason, it works. You do things at life that work and you keep doing it. That's all I'm doing.
No, I got you. I could just imagine the amount of fucking high motherfuckers walking around your house at Trap Fest. It's just going to be incredible.
Listen, here's the thing, bro. This is the first year where I'm actually making this shit an event. You know what I mean? Like I got badges, all access, limited access.
Yeah,
I got limited access, and I got fucking lucky to be here badges where you just basically are by the fence and you can't come in. I'm just kidding. But next year, bro. I mean, obviously, if nothing gets, nobody gets choked out or nobody gets hurt, nothing bad happens, right? Dude, you have to be here next year for it, bro. Like I want a roster of fucking like celebrity guest appearances, and you're definitely like top
celebrity. Yeah,
I want you to roll. Yeah, well, in our world, this is our world, motherfucker. We're celebrities in our world. I take it for what it is. You know what I mean?
I'll do that. I'll come to Trap Fest next year if you come to Fat Fest, where I'm gonna have all the fat motherfuckers in the industry with the Duck Dynasty beards, just like fucking loser central. Like everybody, with their ball python stories and just you come near. I'm gonna throw it in my apartment, and you're gonna open the door to my 1-bedroom apartment, and they're gonna be like, pass. It's gonna be like the pussy passes back in the 80s rock days. So it's
Must have been nice. I don't fucking know, Chris.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds like a lot of cocaine and whips.
Yeah.
Wow, talk about legends, bro. Can we give a shout out to right here, Josh from J Royals, bro? This guy, if you want to talk about, because understand, Chris, I started this podcast and I had a lot of people who tried telling me shit, and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. You want to know one person who always gave me props about this podcast that I always respected? Josh, bro. So Josh is one example, and you're also an example too. Is like, I don't give a fuck what you think of me. I know who fucks with me. Like, I know who really fucks with me. So I don't. That's why I have this attitude, bro. And I'm sure that's why you have your attitude. You know who really rides with you, and that's all that matters. Josh Royals, bro. This guy right here, he's a huge supporter of mine. Day one, homie, and yeah, man. Shout out to Josh Royals, bro.
Josh doesn't fuck around. I've hung out with Josh at Tinley, at Daytona. He's just he's the shit, man. A little bit of an alcoholic, but fucking other than that, he kills it.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I mean, a lot of the long term fucking reptile heads, they fucking booze, bro. They could drink, you know what I mean? And fuck it, it is what it is. Everyone has their thing, and shit. I don't know. Fuck, what's his name? Steve Morse. I think was it Schomburg or not Schomburg? It was Tinley, where 10 a.m. we're taking shots of Jameson, fucking just raw dogging it. The drink. Excuse me. Wow. But anyways, dude, Josh Royals, thank you again. Appreciate that super chat. You're the man. What were we talking about before Josh Royals?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't you tell me, fucking high boy? All right, fucking.
What was the last time you smoked pot? When was the last time you smoked pot?
Probably 4 years ago.
4 years ago. And what was it? Just do you know what the occasion was that you remember?
No, I have no idea. I think a friend of mine at work just gave it to me, and I was just like, all right. And then I got to take it home and roll a fucking joint like a ghetto motherfucker, like fucking. I don't have any of these fancy little shenanigans that you have. Fucking, I got to roll a joint like old school, like fucking, like men used to do. All right, and
I roll my joints. I still roll joints. I roll blunts.
I can't roll a joint for shit. Fucking you would just think I'm a fucking idiot if I try to. Weed is falling out the other end. So yeah, about 4 years ago. But prior to that, in LA, a lot of drugs, lots of drugs. Lots of drugs.
Oh yeah, that's the hub.
Yeah, but it is what it is. You just figure, like everybody else is doing it, right? So,
let me ask you this, man. I mean, the way you see how things could possibly go with the amount of new people coming in making good money, and that could grow higher and higher and higher. Do you feel like a lot more of these old school style of breeders or whatnot are going to be forced to either change or just pack their bags and call it quits? You feel like?
Well, honestly, I'm going to catch a lot of shit for this, but I kind of touched on this on my show. These old school people are just fucking irritating the fuck out of me, right? Because whenever you see an old school guy, he'll talk to you, like it's no big deal. And he'll be like, you got to get more old school people on your show because these people aren't going to be around forever and they need to tell their stories, right? And you try to do that, and fucking the old school people are just like, fuck you and your dumb little podcast. Like fucking Tracy Barker is never going to come on a fucking podcast, right? Fucking Limey, I see him fucking lurking around in the fucking thing. Never going to fucking come on a podcast. So, like I'm just, fuck it. I used to say, I'm going to chase them. I'm going to chase these guys until they come on. But now I'm like, fucking, got a pretty decent fucking platform. If you don't want to come on it now, fuck you, I'll just get a more interesting person on, So,
right.
Like when Bob Clark did come on my show, I was just like, man, I was thrilled to death for like that 2 weeks prior to it. I was like, this is the guy that I used to, look at it in National Geographic. He was great. He's fucking amazing. That motherfucker was so boring, right? And fucking after my show, I was like, this is not, I don't even know if I'm going to release this, right? So, look at Antoine just giving money. Antoine, look.
Antoine. I love it. Hey, bro, honestly, one of the reasons why you don't want to get choked out at Trap Fest is because one of part of head of security is right here, my boy Antoine Hood.
Antoine do well, after I saw Antoine fucking wrestle Feely, I'm not too scared of Antoine anymore, because that just looked like two old guys rolling around on a mat. So fucking
Antoine, listen, I've rolled with Antoine on the mat, okay? And Feely, I would fucking embarrass the shit out of you myself. But I'm just saying, Antoine is a beast, bro. Like he's very solid. Like he's a very big, solid fucking piece of fucking goddamn fucking parking lot.
I look at Antoine, I'm like, that motherfucker's like a fire hydrant. You know, like you ain't gonna fucking move Antoine. Like I would, and I'm old, like fucking dude, like the biggest fucking wimpy ass fucking trans dude would probably kick my ass. Okay,
but you saw what he did to JT though too, right? He made JT look like he was a cool boy, and JT's fucking has credentials. You know what I'm saying? So if it's one thing, and here's also another thing, right? Because I started jiu-jitsu about a year ago, and I surprised my dad about it. My dad's been in mixed martial arts for years, and but he always did karate and whatnot. But he always told me that the way he looked at the jiu-jitsu guys were like the fucking Navy SEALs of mixed martial arts. Like the jiu-jitsu is like one of the highest respected level of mixed martial arts. So I was happy to be a part of that. But then when I was really rolling with these savages, I was like, oh my God, these motherfuckers are like, bro, like it's nuts what the most average little human being could do to you without knowing what they know. I'm addicted. I love it. But
I fucking checked it out like 3 years ago. I had a Groupon for it, right? So I was like, I'm gonna go try this, and I went in.
I can see him standing there. Nope, I'm out.
I was just like, oh, let me give this a shot. Maybe I'll get in shape. And then they put me in with a kid that wants to fucking murder people for a living, and fucking he just killed me. And I was like, this sucks. This is wasted money on this fucking Groupon. But yeah, I don't do that anymore. Listen, I spent my whole life getting this body. Okay. Now, after all this work, it's just maintenance. Okay.
Right.
It's just maintenance.
Right.
All I got to do is, eat the Oreos, fucking, lay back on the ice cream, eat the chocolate chip cookies every now and then. But for a fat dude, I'm not big into like cakes and cookies and shit. I am into junk food, fries and everything.
So I'm just learning all this shit that I've been abusing for years is now becoming my arch enemy. It's like it's my enemy. You know what I mean? And it sucks because like I abused it. Like, milk. I haven't been able to drink milk for like fucking 3 years. So I've been drinking almond milk, and I had to adapt to it. But now there's other things, like I can't eat certain spicy food. I can't fucking, it's terrible, bro. Like there's some things like if I go ape shit on some sushi, and I don't know if it's because of the citrus or whatever, but I literally wake up like with my stomach fucked up. Like I can't digest certain things if I go like, and I eat ridiculous, bro. Like I don't really believe in chewing. I fucking inhale. Like it's kind of like, whoa, like breathe, like, and I've always had that problem. Like I can't enjoy my food unless I'm inhaling it. Like I have to inhale it. And I think a lot of that is the reason why I have problems. So because it's catching up, you know what I mean? So I don't know where I'm going with this, but I sure miss eating like a fucking piece of shit. I mean, I still kind of do. I just have to pick and choose. You want to know one thing that saved my life, bro, with being able to still eat like shit but not look like a big fucking tart of shit is intermittent fasting. Like the eating, like, because if it's one thing that's just related to reptiles, right? How there's no need to feed an adult ball python a medium rat every week. Like, why are you feeding that fucking poor thing of fat? And that goes in with humans too. Nobody's saying you need to eat 3-4 meals a day. That's fucking crazy. Like, you don't need to eat that much. And us humans were always built that naturally, like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I feel like we are always overfeeding ourselves too, to the point where our bodies can never adjust. So now I basically don't have my first meal till like 2:00 in the afternoon. And and then I eat everything I need to eat by the time I go to bed, which is around 9:00. Fucking latest. You know what I mean? And for some reason, that's the way it's been working for me. That intermittent fasting. I mean, I don't know if anyone else does that out there, but shout out to intermittent.
No, I basically do like a 2:00 meal and then like a 7:00 meal. But the problem is that both of those meals are usually tacos, and you know, it's just not working. So
yeah. I mean, if it's one thing that I do know at the end of the day, like I will feel like shit if I'm not drinking enough water. Like there are certain things that I have to keep putting in my body or else I will feel miserable. Like my body, my stomach will start hurting. Like I have to stay hydrated. Maybe because I drink coffee too. You know what I'm saying? Like those whole days of savaging out, doing work on an empty stomach on coffee, done. I can never do those days ever again. Yeah. If I do that, I die. Like I will literally be worthless. It's kind of crazy, man, adapting while you're getting older, bro. I don't.
Yeah, it's the worst. Like I used to be able to eat like four Big Macs in a row, right? Now if I eat one Big Mac now, I feel like a bear that's been shot with a tranquilizer dart, right? And I immediately have to fucking go to sleep afterwards. Like I take naps at 2 PM. So it's just what I do.
God bless the last La Quinta at the Detroit that we stayed at with me. Wherever Matthew Summers at, he has a girlfriend now. Fucking God bless him. Never here anymore. But anyways, dude, I think it was Bartek. We were doing an episode at Bartek's, and I had like fucking a bottle and a half of wine. It was some of Lori's wine, and it was kind of like different types of wine, but I got pretty fucking faded, and then I wanted to go straight to McDonald's. And I go straight to McDonald's. I get a Big Mac. I get 2 separate meals. I get a Big Mac meal and a Filet-O-Fish meal, right? And I fucking scarf it down, and then I'm like sitting there on the bed, and he's like, "MJ, you're all right?" I'm like, "I don't feel so good," and I fucking yak it all up. And I woke up throughout the night yakking, and in the shower, and guess what? Didn't go down the drain hole. All the food.
Yeah, it fucking happens, man. It
was bad, bro.
And Jeremy in the room just said, "Wait until you turn 50." When you turn 40, it gets pretty bad too. 50, I could imagine. Like,
can we just chill, please? Let's not talk. God damn, my dog's getting old too. You want to talk about old dogs and cry while we're at it? Fuck. God damn.
All right. Well, we can get back to reptile bullshit if you want.
Wait. Go ahead.
I think we finish the Bartek conversation?
No, I don't think we did.
I don't think we finished any conversation. I'm thinking of like, it's like basically what you're watching is a high motherfucker and an idiot now trying to complete a podcast. And
no, but we did finish. We did. Remember, because I was like, "Oh, so you did bring him on the show," and then you
right. Well, you're going to Animal Con, right? So
yeah,
you know,
dicey.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like fucking. There's gonna be dudes there that you absolutely fucking hate, and I'm curious as to how that's gonna work. I mean, I know it's a big place, and I know that you don't have to run into each other. But
I don't know that. I don't know that. You want to know why? Because there's meet and greets. Like there's actually people paying to want to. Nothing wrong with that. Shout out. But there's actually people. There's like a panel or something I need to be at. So I don't know who's all gonna be there. And never really have no like personal problem. Maybe a couple. I mean, there's one dude I know that robbed people. You know what I mean? He's being fucking like he's being presented there, and I'm just like, I don't want to be around that. And like, and you know, I don't know, because like I said, it's Brian's event. I'm gonna be very respectful. It's my brother. That's like, I'm not gonna do any kind of drama. I don't want to bring any kind of heat, but you know, I'm just gonna, be cordial. You know, all I could do is be cordial, and I'm excited because I'll have Socrates with me, I'll have his daughter with me, and I will say he's pushing the YouTube really, really hard. Like he wants the YouTube life. He wants that kind of fucking. He wants to roll that dice and do that. So I'm happy with him. So by me bringing him along, it's a huge benefit for him to get exposure as well. So I'm happy to do that for my boy. And I don't know, I can't say this will be the only Animal Con, but I don't know. I just want to support Brian, bro. Like, I don't know. I could have a good time too, bro. I will keep it 100. If I have a good time, I'm going to obviously talk about my time at Animal Con. We'll see what happens, bro. Day by day. I mean, I don't fucking know. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing that I'm gonna make it a point that I don't miss next year is that's fucking Daytona. I'm not happy about missing Daytona, mainly because Josh has been like, bro. Last year, this guy had passes ready to go for me, and then my situation happened. I get fucking hurt. Can't make it Daytona. Now my boy, nothing against this, but Ari is getting married. So I can't make it Daytona this year, but I got to go to Daytona next year. Like,
yeah, I'm thinking about going this year.
You fuck with Daytona.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going this year. Daytona, the show is not that great, but apparently they just opened up a new area of the place that that it's going to be a lot bigger. Daytona is fun for the hangout, at the Hilton and just hanging out all fucking night. So I'm thinking about going this year. But we'll see. But fucking Daytona is fucking good. You know what I don't want to miss is next year's Monitor Fest. I want to fucking go to that.
I will meet you there.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be so much fun.
That would be really sick, just because the guy who throws Monitor Fest, probably one of the most legendary OG monitor breeders in the game. Like, you gotta understand, everyone I look up to in the monitor game looks up to this guy. Like, and Brian Waterloo is who we're talking about. If you guys don't know who we're talking about here. But Brian Waterloo, man, this guy, talk about straight to the punch. Doesn't give a fuck what you expect his answer to be. He's gonna tell you how it is. Right. I think he smoked like 11 cigarettes during our podcast. drinking Red Bull and whiskey. I was like, this guy is the real deal right here. Like, like I miss, because I grew up around that shit in the 90s, marbles and fucking, my mom smoking cigs. Like, I know it's not the good thing to do, but like I miss it. I love seeing that shit. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's nostalgic. It reminds me of being like it literally felt like I had one of my uncles in front of me, and I was just talking about my uncle, one of my Uncle Chuck's and my Uncle Jamie's back east, and it's I love that shit, bro. And I feel like you tend to want to attract those sort of guests, people who are just like somebody you don't have to question, like
man. Well, I just had Mike Stefani on from Mike's Mike. I mean that dude is fucking so. I mean, like somebody said it.
Him and Brian. Yep. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So somebody said it on one of the comments, like how could you not love an old cement guy, right? And fucking Mike was just so. He's so fucking Italian, and he's so fucking, like smoking the cigarettes and fucking. Honestly, I love the guy, and we talked about triggering, people getting triggered these days, people not feeling safe, people fucking wanting to, be the victim all the time. I love talking to these reptile guys about not reptile stuff. And that's where I think these reptile people shine, especially the people that I come on my show. I tell them it's not even a reptile show. It's like a comedy show that reptile people like to come on, right. So fucking, and me and Mike, I mean, we probably talked for, an hour after the interview, so fucking, I fucking love the guy. So I'm definitely going out to Monitor Fest next year.
I think the biggest thing that made me so appealing to the brand Mike Monitors is his whole family support. He rolls deep, bro. Fucking 8 kids. Yeah. What a dad.
I know, fucking maniac.
Jesus Christ, bro.
He's fucking part of the problem.
He does not miss. He does not miss. Let's just say that. But no, I just that gives me goosebumps. You know what I mean? Like, my life's heading to a direction where potentially I could be a father someday, and I would never want that to be like a separation from what I'm doing. Like, I would never force my kid or my wife to be a part of something they don't want to be a part of. But my wife's a part of this. I would hope that if I'm as lucky as Mike Stefani is, I will have that kind of like, support from my family. You know what I mean? Because right now it's just me and my wife does. But my wife is a career woman. Like, my wife makes fucking, I mean, based on what we talked about, she's making way more than I am right now in the reptile game. And I'm whatever, like, keep doing your thing. So she's busy doing hers and I do my thing. But bro, I'm a one-man team doing this shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
believe me, I fucking know.
I see Mike, and God bless him. He can only stand and walk for so many hours, and then he needs to chill out. And but that's why it's like, to see all his, he see his wife there, his daughters, his sons, all at the front right there, just handling things, all with the fucking Stefani shirts on. I love it, man. That right there inspires me. That's what I love the most, man. So
yeah.
So listen, I gotta say one thing. I'm trying to be more nice about. Or I don't know really. If you're my Patreon member all day, I'll talk to you about this. But the random, right? The random person asking me how to start a podcast. How have you been? I mean, I'm sure there's been people already asking you what the approach is or what you suggest they should do if they want to start a podcast, or have you not had that conversation with people?
Oh, I've had it with multiple people. Tom Wolfe out in England, you know, basically we did everything. You know, Tom Wolfe was great. He does a podcast called Wolfie's Royal Podcast. He just listened to everything he was like, all right, I'm going to go out and get this. And I'm like, yeah, go out and get that. I mean, that motherfucker went out and got it, right? I also did a lot of help with the In Blue girls when they were doing their podcast. And people call me all the time. Like fucking, I don't, there's a lot of room. There's a lot of space in this area for more people to do it.
100%.
So when they come in, I'm not looking at them as potential, competitors. Like for instance, Sean Bradley's coming back, right? And Sean Bradley.
When? I've been hearing this for like over a year now. When?
Yeah, July 30th. You know how I know it's going to be on July 30th? Because I'm going to be his first guest, right?
So you're doing it for him.
I am doing it, yeah.
Good. I
figure, and I'm only doing it because of something Socrates told me. Socrates said, what did he say? He said, professionals create, amateurs compete. Yeah. And I was just like, and that's literally the only reason I'm doing it, because Sean still, like, he talked a little bit of shit about me during his fucking lives now, right? Like fucking, and I was just like, this same old Sean, you know? But, you know, he's coming back. So fucking, you know, we're going to have some extras there. Then there's people that really deserve to get listened to, like Jessica Hare and Jana King from the Holdback Rack. Like you want to talk about two chicks that know their shit. Like people should be listening to them.
Yeah, because you gotta understand, like Jessica, like bro, her style of delivery is really similar to what I have, but she's smart. I'm learning as I'm going. She's learned. Like she's like really tapped into this stuff. She's done a lot of testing and whatnot. So that's why I feel like if you really want to get like answers to things that a lot of people don't talk about, that's why their podcast is so awesome.
They play off each other very well too. So
right.
It's definitely like they're one of the good ones. But then you know for every good one, there's 5 fucking douchebags fucking doing shit that you and I wouldn't really do, you know. So it's you know, and then they bitch about when you talk about them. So,
oh God, dude, my God, I had like a little rally, and like I said, the last segment we had with this, you know, I had fucking people on my bumper. I had one guy telling me, he said, don't come to Florida, or what? What the fuck you gonna do, guy? He said, don't come to Florida. Fucking weenie. Guy looked like he hasn't eaten in weeks, and I was like, "What? Like, why can't you go to Florida?" Because he was a part of a big fucking group of little weenie crybabies who were upset at the fact that, you know, I was trying to attack people who support GoFundMe's and shit like that, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you're offended by that. Like,
the hobo handouts. Fuck those people.
Yeah, I spoke it, and he's like, and he was like, you're attacking your own viewers. I'm like, okay. I was like, if you're in this to get handouts, then I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to say, you know, hey, everyone like me. I'm not here to be liked by everyone. I'll be respected, but I don't give a fuck if you don't like me. Like is what it is. This world isn't meant to like everyone. I don't know why people don't get that. Like, you know,
come to Florida. That's fucking great.
Yeah, he said it. It wasn't that episode, because if it was, I would have put it up there. But it was the following episode. I had some like these little guys trying to create some fucking, basically just wanted attention. Is what it comes down to, bro. They want my reaction. They want me to somehow make them relevant to what I have going on. So it was easy to just not do that. And what a part of maturity, just ignoring them.
I mean, that
works.
That's fucking awesome. Well, but the thing is that the majority of these podcasts really cater to like the 80% shit part of the hobby, right? Like
Right.
it's like I feel like you and I and a couple other people cater to the top 20% of the hobby. And that's kind of what keeps the hobby interesting for us. The bottom 80% of the hobby is the fucking white trash degenerates that fucking, want to scream and bitch about anything. And if they lose their job, they start up a GoFundMe or a hobo handout on Instagram and beg for money. So fuck them people. And I'm like you, I could give a fuck if they like when I was, going to get canceled last year, I was like, you're not going to get rid of me. I'll fucking come back and I'll do interview mechanics and fucking call the show Breaks in the Fat Man. Right. I'll interview a bunch of gardeners and just call it Rakes in the Fat Man. I don't give a shit.
I'll go get a fucking bakery and call it Cakes in the Fat Man.
Right. Seriously. That's what I'm saying. Right.
Holy shit, bro. But listen, at the end of the day, you got to want to be canceled to get canceled. You got to say, okay, I give up. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's right. So this whole cancel culture is really for people who are on NBC and people who are on fucking goddamn television, which this is the television nowadays. Like, this is what TV is nowadays. Nobody hardly ever watches cable. I haven't had cable in I don't know how many years now. Everything's off the internet. Everything's all streamed. And I don't miss that fucking $150 goddamn cable for fucking channel. All I would watch is Cops, and I get Cops on fucking YouTube. You know what I mean?
I used to spend $160 on cable, said, fuck it. Fuck the cable companies. I'm going to show them. And now I spend about $220 on streaming services every fucking month. So,
dude, I didn't even think of that. I do pay something because I have Peacock, I have Netflix, I have you. So I
got all of them.
Yeah,
it's just the fucking worst. So I have to ask you now, because you got away with the question and only made me call out that Elijah dude. But who's somebody that you think is a piece of shit?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, it's not really any one individual. It's more of a lot of people that I see who are just fake. There's so much fake shit. And it's too close to home. Let me just say that. I can't really say who this is because it's too many people close to home to me that I see how, because they're on a certain level, how it's kind of like a, see no, speak no, say no evil type shit. It's like, do your thing, like still show up to my house and let's collab. Like, what? Like, we just got done talking like 45 minutes on how big of a piece of shit this person is, and they're pulling up to your pad and you're hugging them, and I'm like,
yep.
It's just like, dude, the way I come from, like when you're a hypocrite like that, you don't get respected. You get fucking beat up. Like, I mean, not that we're taking it there. I'm just saying, like, that's kind of like this. It's deceiving, and especially when you put energy telling how much of you don't really believe in what this person does, but here you are, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're letting your million of followers or however how many fucking thousands of followers make it seem otherwise, and that's what matters. That's what kind of what rubbed me wrong with. When everyone was getting pushed to do US ARC, right? And especially when shit was really hitting the fan. And even Bartek, you understand, there was a men's that was made with Bartek and US ARC over 10 years or something like that,
right?
Where US ARC didn't want no affiliation with Bartek. Well, that got done with. That got done with. Now Bartek and US ARC, that's huge. But then where was fucking the captain of Prehistoric Death? His shout outs or anything showing support to US. He has the number one Instagram account in the reptile world. Okay. And there was not one piece of US ARC, anything pitched on his fucking stories, on his account, nothing at all. Period.
Right.
Think about all the celebrities. Think about the people that matter. Like not that we don't matter, but I'm talking about in his world that could really get a push and get things going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if it's one thing I do give prop me, you had him on your show, Root Dog. Shout out to Root Dog. Like, even Root Dog has a way of getting celebrities on his show. I think that's sick. Like, you got all these, you got people on that, like, I feel like I need to get good at that because money has power, bro. Motherfuckers, the people who are at that level can maybe make a huge change for us. Right. All we need is that right person to come support US ARC with us is all I'm trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? So, but it sucks when it's all like being put on people when the number one leader, the number one front man, when anyone types in any, people send me his videos, bro, like my family members, like, hey, have you have you ever seen this guy? And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, yeah, he's the fucking biggest clown ever. Like, and they're like, wow, really? He's amazing. And I'm just like,
Right.
problem. This is the problem. I'm like, God damn. I was like, hard pass. I don't know what to say. I don't even want. That's why I don't even want to. You know, it is what it is. He's not. To me, he's not one of us. He's not. It's not. It's not. You're not on our level. You're not in our same level of goals. What we are trying to accomplish. Obviously, you're on a whole different spectrum. So good luck to you. I don't give a fuck. And that's that. I don't know. So I mean, at the end of the day. And I feel like being a hypocrite is a part of human nature. Like I feel like I've been a hypocrite before. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But
I think if you have a podcast, I think you're a piece of shit. I think all of us are pieces of shit. I think that all of us are fucking hypocrites. We fucking, I mean, talk about unsolicited advice that we fucking give. You know, it's like fucking, like nobody should give a fuck what we're talking about. Okay. But somehow or another, you and I have convinced people to give a fuck. Okay. You are, you know, more on the intelligent end of things, me more on the dick and fart joke end of things. But somebody said to me the other day, it's pretty cool that that I have influence on the hobby, and I'm not even a breeder anymore or anything, you know, and I've carved out a niche in the fucking hobby to do it. But I'm, you know, whenever anybody says anything, I'm just like, I'm a fucking idiot with a dick and fart joke fucking podcast. So you should not be listening. But like, if you want to listen to me to laugh, that's totally fine. But do not really listen to me to learn anything. If anything is learned on my show, it's purely coincidental. Like, fuck it. It's definitely, it wasn't intentional. Okay.
Things can get
but
really
I do want to see
really quick.
What's that?
So things can get really gay really quick.
Yeah, I know. Things. Yeah. Me and MJ are gonna make out after this.
Oh my God. I'm not Panda.
All right,
I'm not Panda's fauna. Don't ever say
all
that.
right, calm the fuck down. All right, calm the fuck down. All right. And what makes you think that that I'd let you blow me anyway? All right, I have higher standards, man. That's all I'm saying.
Just because I'm a good shopper does not mean I'm gonna blow you.
Well, two things I want to say. I want to say number one, fucking Megan, calm the fuck down. All right. Fucking yes, Megan from Megaconda doesn't like to be called Meg. I apologize. Fucking, I'm getting DMs up the ass here.
It says Meg. It says Meg on her shirt. It says Megaconda.
Right. Exactly.
So,
exactly.
I'm confused.
Yeah. But she's not happy unless she's complaining. Okay. And then second of all, Jeremy Baud went out and got a guitar and got all these old school motherfuckers to sign it, like Ralph Davis, McCurley, Bartek, the Sutherlands, you know, Ty Park. And he's going to raffle it off on at Daytona, at the Daytona auction. So, you know, there's only one of these things in the fucking world. So I'm pretty positive it's going to go to either like Bob Vu or fucking Chris from Sea Serpents or one of the big spenders there, because I think it's going to be
Timberline, bro. If Timberline's there, they might take.
Yeah. So if you're in Daytona, fucking make sure you stop by the auction, man, because Jeremy is fucking crushing it now. I think Jeremy raised like 30 grand for USR at last year's Daytona just on his own. So fucking, if you're going to be in Daytona, make sure you go to Baud's Exotic Reptiles and fucking say what's up to Jeremy, because Jeremy is fucking killing it. And Jeannie too, his wife. So, but yeah, that's something that I think everybody should know about, because it all benefits USR.
Do you ever talk about the importance to like your own viewers or anyone during your Zoom sessions about why they should even go to shows? You know, you have some people who are so vested behind their phones, but then don't want to put their face to their fucking account. You know, they don't want to put the effort to want to go and link up with people. Or do you feel like you don't even need to do that at this point? I mean, where do you feel like that lies?
I don't think that's my job. You know, on my Zoom calls, we don't allow any snake talk. We don't allow any reptile show talk. You know, it's just about the people, man. You know, and we don't record it so that people could feel safe to say what they want about somebody else if they have to say it, right? But we get so many hot chicks on that fucking call, okay? And I mean, like, fucking, it's unbelievable how many fucking hot chicks.
Funny you say that. It's funny you say that. Shout out to my boy Antoine. Antoine's been one of my Patreon members for a long time, but he's only been to like maybe 1 or 2 Zoom calls. I see him on a lot of your Zoom calls, and now I'm wondering, it makes sense because if you got women, you know. By the way, my boy Ant is single, ready to mingle. But either way, now I know why he goes to your fucking Zoom calls.
Oh yeah,
never rolls up to mine. Whatever.
Yeah, we get so much vagina on our call, but like, and it's like we weren't even trying to do it. Right, you just put some pretty girls in the ad, and then other pretty girls show up because you know they're all like fucking catty bitches. So they're like, I'm not going to let her get all the attention, and I'm going to show up the Zoom call. And I fucking love it, man. It makes me look way cooler than I actually am. So yeah, Antoine comes in a lot, and fucking Antoine is always fucking funny as shit. So
do you want to know how I always look at things as like, you know, things happen in this industry for you if they're meant to be. And the way I met Antoine is with one of my best friends, my boy Lauren, somebody I've known since I was 6 years old. And I've always looked up to Lauren. And one time we had this open mat thing when I started jiu-jitsu, and Lauren's like, hey, I think some guy who follows you is going to come down here and roll with us. His name's Antoine. And I was like, well, I never met him. And then I met him. I met him all because of that moment. You know what I mean? And that's when I was like, wow, like, what are the odds? And my boy Lawrence is he's a dick. Like, he doesn't like introduce me to nobody. Like, he's like straight raw, like doesn't give a fuck. He's been through a lot, so he doesn't expect, like, you know, he's just no mercy, you know? So, but then, like, you know, for that introduction, I was like, wow, this has to be meant to be. And then, you know, me and Antoine are boys, you know. Antoine has made a lot of fucking moves. He's done a lot of work in the last year and a half in this fucking game. And he's just starting, dude. So if you do not follow High Desert Pythons right now, slap yourself in the face, because my boy's killing it. I'm telling you right now, go give my boy Antoine a follow. But
there's a whole little clique of California guys, like Andrew Lyons.
Redwood. Yeah, Jacob.
Jerome Holland.
Fucking, yep. Jerome. Yeah,
there we go. Yeah.
And you got the other homie Sybil Serpents. Do you know the homie Jacob?
Yeah. No, I talked to him actually right before this. He was fucking badass too. There's this little like you guys have your mafia like anybody else does, right? Like Texas Mafia, fucking Georgia Mafia, Florida Mafia.
I got Trap La Familia, bro. That's I'm global. Okay.
Oh well, fucking yeah. Well, good for you. Good for you. I'm fucking global. What, Trap Love Familia? That's very narcos of you. Good. Okay. All right. Jesus fucking Christ. I got Fat Man Love Familia. All right. Holy shit. Yeah, no, it's like I really like a lot of the California guys. Some of the California guys I don't like, just because they're douches, but fucking that's more like up north. But
it's funny you say that, bro, because I mean, if you want to talk about demographically, the ones that annoy me the most are the Southern California breeders, bro. I'm not
really
gonna lie.
No shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you notice, I don't bring a lot of them on because a lot of them are fucking like, I feel like they always want something. Like it's like they only come to you if they feel like they need to kind of get something, and I always sense that all the time. But the guys you mentioned, Jerome, Andrew Lyons, fucking, and then obviously Antoine, Jacob, dude, they don't look for anything, but they're just solid people, you know. And I don't know, but then again, I don't know if it's because I'm snobby because of the people I know like all over. I mean, bro,
that's what I think it is with us, right? I mean, like I said before, we kind of talk to the top people. We don't really waste time with a lot of these jagoffs.
Hold on. Time out, bro. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you know this guy, but this dude right here, Anthony, Granddaddy Herps, definitely one of the SoCal guys I've respected from the get-go. He's been in the game for a minute, and I will say right now that this is one dude I wish I kind of kicked it more with growing up in the ball python game, but we still talk and we're still homies. But Granddaddy Herps, bro, I don't know if you know about him, but this dude here.
I know actually a lot about him. I'm following him. He got a shitty logo though. Fucking, I don't like that logo. That
It's,
logo.
I think it's sick as fuck. I used to be a tagger, so Anthony, I love that. So you didn't like that gangster shit. He's fucking Casper the Fat Man. Just kidding.
Oh, now you're throwing shade. All right.
No, wait. I just read that in the comments. Somebody called you the Australian guy we both interviewed.
Fucking Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Luke?
The problem with Luke is like he's a dickhead, right? Like, so fucking fuck Luke, right? I mean, fucking
I love his
but,
accent. Bro.
You know, tell Luke.
I could hear Luke talk for a minute, bro. It's like
No, so could I. But Luke could also fucking take those Pop-Tarts and shove them up his ass. All right, so fuck him, man.
Oh my god,
Casper, motherfucker.
Megs is pissed. Megs is pissed.
Jesus, what's she pissed about now? Of course she is.
Settle down, Megs. Settle down, Megs.
Jesus Christ, calm the fuck down. You know?
Listen, we can't just do, piece of shit talk. I do want to end this and wrap this up on somebody on a big level of this industry who you feel like has done it right, or somebody that you respect out there, because as much as there are pieces of shits, there are those good ones, there are the leaders out there, so I'm curious, anybody off the top of your head that you would like to throw out there. Don't be scared to reach around. It's fine, Chris.
I'll reach around. Fucking, you know me, I'll fucking squeeze those balls like you wouldn't believe. I gotta say it's probably Bartek. Okay,
damn, you stole mine, bro. Really?
It's you know why? Because if you walk into a fucking Petco and see a kid looking at a bearded dragon, he's gonna know who Bartek is. He ain't gonna know who Snakes and the Fat Man is, or Jay Brewer is, or anything like that. He's gonna know fucking Brian. So Brian has done a lot of shit right, and I'll probably get some hate from that, but fuck you guys, fucking
bring it on, bitch.
He's crushing it on the social media end of it, so, and I talked to Savannah over at Gatorland, right? And she told me, she's like, he's just that guy that's in the video all day long, even when the cameras aren't on. So I kind of respect that. And I like Savannah enough to know that she's, she wouldn't lie about that. So
I wish I was tapped in with the homegirl Savannah more. I will. It's easy for me to do. I just need to reach out to her and figure that out. But I will say shout out to Savannah because
she fucking named Gator for me.
Wow.
Fucking yeah. She actually even sent me a video, saying, Chris, this is your alligator, Lemmy. Mm-hmm. And Lemmy tried to attack her. It was fucking great. So
damn.
Cool people, man. She's good people.
I mean, I will say the reason why Bartek for me as well is because there's only a few people, thank God, without sounding gay, but he gives me butterflies, bro. Like
dude, that's seriously gay.
I know, dude, but listen, he has an aura around him, like meaning like the way I see him make people smile, the way he like does not like discriminate. I feel like, if you're at his fucking place, he will spend time with you, man. And that energy like that, it's just, like me, bro, like I have to sometimes be fake at shows and sit there and let people talk to me when I don't want to listen to them. Brian doesn't ever show like he's not wanting to listen to you. Like Brian really gives you that kind of attention that makes you feel like you're worth something. And for somebody to be at that level where we're talking about right now, and he still cares about making people feel worth something, bro, that's the ticket, dude. All he cares about is making people their worth. And dude, that's how can you can't, that's what this hobby needs. And I don't know, man. Like I said, that guy's the GOAT, bro. And I know he's been inspired by many people like Ralph Davis and other people who've done this prior to him, but still nobody's around like Bartek. No one's still making ground like Bartek, evolving like Bartek. Bartek is the man, bro. And
well, and all the reasons that you said that's why I don't mind telling everybody that we did have a disagreement, and we're both adult enough about it to just let it slide. I don't think that he's out there at the Reptarian being like, fuck the fat man, fuck that guy. I think he's just like, all right, didn't work out this time, we'll do something in a year or whatever. So I don't mind that guy at all. That I mean, I have a lot of respect for him, and I know a lot of people don't, but fuck them people.
I want to publicly let go of a grudge right now on this podcast. Just because you brought his name up. His name's been brought up so many times at this point, and our little tiff that we had was years back, like at least over 2 years, you know what I mean? But it got to the point where he tried putting me on his platform for something I did, and it just got hairy, right? So I'm sure we're blocked, or I'm sure he has me blocked, but at the end of the day, I have nothing against Josh Jackie or Josh, what's his name? Josh
Lumberg, yeah.
Josh Lumberg, ball python shed guy. Listen, at the end of the day, I want to have that guy on this show. I think he's fucking, from what I've seen, because I've walked by his table many times, and I've already said, like, you just go say what up to him. So I haven't yet. I want to. So hopefully, if he does get this message, no hard feelings. I want to definitely squash that shit and keep things moving. You know what I mean? Because what's the point? I want to just.
He's one of the nicest dudes, man. I mean, like, we're really. I fucking. As soon as I met that guy, I was like, fucking, this is one of the good ones, you know? And again, we've hung out at Daytona and everything else. I mean, he got shitty internet, though. Fucking, you tell when he goes to do your show, tell him he better go to a fucking McDonald's with Wi-Fi or something like that, because he has dog shit internet. But he's a smart fucking dude, and he's a good fucking dude, and he's going to be one of the mainstays. Yeah, I would say he's in the top 10 people in the country, at least. He may even be in the top 5 as far as ball python people go.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. But either way, bro, this has been a great episode. I appreciate you so much. Fuck, we're just shy of 2 hours. Anything you want to wrap up with? Anything you want to tell the peoples before we dip out?
Well, I do want to say that tonight I'm dropping an episode with Vanessa Schmidt from the pet shop in Arizona and Mega Conda, getting her 15 minutes of lame.
Congrats,
debut.
Megan!
Okay.
You're a new breeder. New breeder, Megan. 15 minutes of fucking.
Megan is fucking killing it.
She's so hard.
And the Zoom call is this Sunday night at 8:00. My birthday is Monday, so stop by and say fucking happy birthday to the fat man. Then we're just gonna keep going. I'm gonna have Socrates on next, who's fucking amazing, and hopefully I'll be doing some traveling in between, I don't know, August and November. So
remind myself and my viewers how often your episodes are dropped. Is it every week?
No, it's every 2 weeks. So it's on the 1st and the 15th of every month.
Okay.
And then every other week we do an open Zoom call. And then probably about once a month we do like a special. We mentioned him before, Tom Wolfe from Wolfie's Royal Podcast over in England. I'm working with him to do an England Hot Chicks episode. So that's going to be coming in the next month or so. And then I'm also doing a Texas Hot Chicks episode, which will also be dropping in about 3 months. So
damn, summer is going to be lit. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun.
Well, listen, before we wrap things up, I want to say shout to one of the sponsors, Rami over at the Reptile Super Show. I'm looking forward to Anaheim. That's literally next week. Holy fucking shit, bro.
Yeah,
I can't believe like Trap Fest is happening next Thursday. And then we have the Anaheim Super Show. And then following right after that is the fucking Pomona show. And it's just like, God damn, that's mayhem. It's like fucking EDC or some shit. But then you have the NARBC. Shout out to anyone who's going to Schaumburg. Schaumburg is right around the corner as well. Beautiful fucking hotel that's connected to the Schaumburg show. So if you do go to Schaumburg, let me know how that goes. But I will be tapping in. My next NARBC show will be Arlington for sure. I don't even know.
Are you going to Arlington?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Me too. So, all right.
Are you really?
Yep.
All right. Fuck yeah. All right. Sick. Well, listen, shout out to Bob Ashley. Shout out to Brian Potter. Literally throwing the Super Bowl reptile shows. And yeah, man, again, like we say, or like I always say, fucking go to a show if you can. It will literally change everything, especially if you've been tapped in. Like, think about the people who built like a legitimate following throughout the years and they've never tapped in with anybody. Like, if you have a good following and you're respected, things levitate once you meet in person, I feel like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
all of my sponsors were gotten at NARBC. Or not all of them, but the majority of them. So it's the only way to do it, man. You have to, you got to go to these shows. So
All right. Chris, did you get that link to that GoFundMe account? That person, Ball Python has a RI, and I think we should support them.
No, it's okay. I heard that he lost his job too, so it should be our job to pay his bills. So I got it. I'm going to donate right now, actually.
Fuck yeah. The link in the description below. Psych. All right. Have a good night. Is your boys checking out. See you next time. Cheers.